Holy Nativity School has a long and very prestigious reputation in our community. Tell me how it all got started.
It began on the Heinz farm and started actually in the dairy. And from what we understand from some of our early students, that they actually had one class on our campus now and one over where Ina Heine Elementary is at the moment. And so the kids actually used to have to take their chairs and walk over to the other side of the campus.
Oh, that's exciting. Tell me a little bit about what makes it special here.
There's several things, but I think one of the things that we really look at is we've had a long tradition of exceptional teachers, and so that's really the key. And I think our size. We're small by intent. There's only one class per grade level, and in those classes we have 2 teachers. When you do have 2 teachers per class, you know that every child in the classroom is going to get individualized attention. They get to have leadership opportunities, and it really is a very special environment. Every child here is known. Quiet leaders, loud leaders, active leaders, laid-back leaders. You really can see how they develop over the years. It starts when the children are 3 years old. When they start at our school, they're given responsibilities. They're given responsibilities for each other. Building empathy amongst the children and trying to make sure that all their different types of leadership styles are looked at is something that we really feel that's really important. On Mondays we have a flag ceremony, and every Monday, I ask the children, it's been a long tradition here, what are you going to do today and for the rest of the week? And they all say our personal best. And that's really got to be the vision of the school, is that each child comes and does their personal best.
We're doing Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. You have to do one stroke, then add another stroke, and another, so it's a slower process. You have to take your time with it.
What's the educational philosophy of the school?
Several. We're an Episcopal school. Episcopal schools really stress inclusion and diversity. And one of the things that we're able to do as an Episcopal school is allow children to really develop their own thoughts. And so what we really treasure as an Episcopal school is that anybody can come to our school, any philosophy, any religion, any way of thinking, and we really allow them to be able to express themselves in everything they do. Our motto here is character, heart, excellence, and I think that the character piece is so incredibly strong. But there's, certain set standards that I think that are in every religion, in every society, and that's honesty and empathy and caring about each other. Those are all things that we really try to emphasize at our school. And we have a very progressive curriculum. It stresses global education. It stresses being a global citizen. Part of our mission statement says that we need to have strong global citizens.
How do you measure your success of your education program with your students?
Several ways. Part of it is our accreditation process that we go through. Holy Nativity School was the first accredited elementary school in Hawaii, and I think that's something that really speaks for the dedication of the people who have been here for years. But going through the accreditation process, we really make sure that our programs are sound. But the best way I think that you could ever measure a child's success is seeing happiness and joy of learning. And you can see it on a daily basis here. One of the things people do when they walk on our campus, other than seeing how beautiful it is, they really look to see how are the children engaged. And when they see them engaged with each other, I think that's such a great test. There's all the standardized tests that all schools take, and our school always, our children do very well. But I think one of the main things that we try to look at when we're doing the testing is we really look to see how can we help that child in wherever they're at in their educational journey. And more so than looking at a standardization, we look at how do we individualize it and how do we make sure that they're strong in all areas.
And there is a really, really special energy on campus here. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, I think everybody feels it when they come on campus. It's warm, it's nurturing, it's safe.
Now, the way children are learning these days is changing at a rapid rate. What types of things are you doing at Holy Nativity to kind of stay on the cutting edge of that?
What we've really tried to do with technology is we've tried to make sure that it's not the only focus in education. I think too many kids spend too much screen time. But if you can really channel it into something where they're really researching and learning, creating on the computer, doing 3D designs, we're able to do a whole lot that big schools can do too. We're just in a smaller environment. STEM is a major part of our curriculum. We've really tried to make sure that children, teachers, our community gets involved in hands-on projects. Sustainability is something that we've really worked on. But part of our global education and creating global citizens is really trying to see how does it really affect the rest of the environment. And so we've had things like our rain garden that we put in last year, which was an award winner. I think it's so important that kids actually get to see that and have those hands-on experiments. One of our big things that we did when I first got on here was we had an older playground. Its time was up. The children knew it, the parents knew it, but we had to go ahead and start a program. So what I really tried to do was look at the playground as a way to show project-based learning. So we asked children to go ahead and design their dream playground. Every child in the school had a say in what the playground was going to look like. And we want the children to see the concept from beginning to end. So the parents were enlisted then to build the playground. It's more important than just a playground. It brought our community together, but it also showed children that an idea can begin with something and then they can see it, something tangible at the end.
So Buddy Bench is a bench that you can sit on whenever you're feeling sad or lonely at recess. Then a kid will go over to you and ask you if you want to play or talk. Buddy Bench was started from a kid named Christian in Pennsylvania. So we invited Christian to come to Hawaii, and me and Christian started the Buddy Bench in Hawaii.
You know, what I really see here is that children come and they use the Buddy Bench, and nobody has to ask anybody else on campus to come over and sit down by them. They just do it automatically now. And that's been from the very beginning. It really shows how much our kids care. But I think that such an important part is, again, that part of our philosophy of the school is that kids can make a difference. They can say something, do something, and accomplish it. Just like our playground, we came up with the Buddy Bench idea too. It came from the kids themselves.
It makes me feel really happy that now nobody will be lonely at recess and everybody can just have a good time and spend time with their friends. So it'll make new friendships.
Children need to touch, feel, see. They need all their senses involved in everything that they do. So we do a lot of experiential learning. And so part of our education philosophy here is really to get the kids out into the world and seeing everything. Our children last year got to swim out to the Hokulea. It was a great experience for them. But we also go on to these really incredible trips, and they're really life-changing. One of the things that we find from our alumni most is they always point to those trips. In 4th grade, our children go to the Big Island, and they're studying Hawaiian studies throughout the entire year. So they actually get to go and do hands-on on the Big Island. Our 5th graders go to Maui, and they are studying oceanography. And our 6th graders go to Arizona. One of my favorite things that I had from a former student, now a Marine, and he said to me, the greatest experience I had all through my entire education was going on the Arizona trip. Every single day is a new adventure, and you get to go and see the children, and it makes everything just perfect. Yeah, I love it. How are you today? Good.